Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So we just want to say hey to everybody.
What's going on?
And we just thank y'all so much for joining with us as y'all join in. This is Marriage Mondays.
Indeed.
And today we're going to be talking about the celibacy process and why it's so important. Um, we both had kids prior to marriage.
Right.
He had 3 prior to marriage. I had 2 prior to marriage, and then we share journey.
Should I cut the air conditioner? Is that loud or we good?
Well, we probably have to speak up a little. Yeah, it's probably gonna be, especially for you. Yeah.
Am I loud enough? Let me know if I'm too low. Let me know.
Let us know. Hey Cosmic, we appreciate you. I like your earrings. Thank you. Thanks for always coming when I go live. I appreciate the support.
Sure.
But yeah, so my husband had 3 kids prior to marriage. I had 2 kids prior to marriage, and then Journey is who we share. So collectively, we share 6 kids. And one of the things that we realized is that we needed to wait. Too many times we get so messed up by rushing into things and rushing into sexual relations with people, and we really just don't. We really don't even know them. You know, we don't know things, like we don't really know them. You don't really know about their family history. You don't really know about just them as a person, who they are as a parent. And I think that we overlook a lot of those different, a lot of those different things, whatever their traumas are. We overlook that stuff so much because we're just so quick and we're so ready to please this flesh. And so that's my whole little spiel on just kind of how we're going to segue into speaking about our celibacy process and why it's important. And one of the things that stuck out for us, because we started talking about sex. We started talking about, I don't know, we didn't get flagged last time, did we? Okay, so we started off talking about sex, texting each other about sex, talking to each other about how we were gonna,
very sexual.
Yeah, very, very sexual. How we was gonna do each other and all this other stuff, right? And it was like the same day we both got the same revelation. Was like, if you want something different, you got to do something different. And
or if you want something that you never had before.
Well, that was your revelation. My revelation was like, if you want something different, you got to do something different.
If I wanted something, well, that's kind of what my vein was. If I wanted something very tangible, if I wanted something that I was yearning for, that I really wanted, I knew I was going to have to do some things that I wasn't doing at the time. I had to rethink it. It was more so a mentality than anything.
For sure. Yeah. So I would say for me, well, we got the revelation on the same day. We was able to kind of bring it to each other, and we were able to bring it to each other and kind of just say like, oh, this kind of what I got today, this kind of what I got. But I really think that it's really important as a woman to have a man that's willing to wait for you. Is really a flex, and it really is just something that allows you to really get to know that person. And I feel like I haven't known another man as much as I know my husband. And it doesn't matter how long I was in a relationship with those people, and it's like, well, with those guys, it doesn't matter how long I was in a relationship with them, but it's like I really know my husband. I know him inside and out. I know things about him that I feel like on a deep level that I've never known about other people. And then also
What?
Somebody talking about suicide? They want to hurt themselves? Okay.
We're gonna pray for you.
Yeah, we'll keep you in prayer. We don't want nobody doing nothing like that. But yeah, so it's just like I feel like also it has allowed me to break down a lot of walls, a lot of things and triggers and all these different things that I built up. it has allowed me to break through a lot of that because I really got to know him.
For sure.
And I feel like we just really don't know the people that we be laying down with, and the people that we have kids with, and the people that we decide to build these lives with, that we really don't know them,
Right.
you
For
know.
sure.
And so that's just
Yeah,
how I feel about
I
it.
feel from the man's perspective, it shows a lot of self control.
Mm-hmm.
It shows a lot of discipline, and I feel like you, the woman can really see your true intentions
Mm.
and what you're truly here for, and you guys can really build a foundation that's strictly rooted in God, rooted
Mm-hmm.
in
Make sure you speak up.
truly getting to know each other. I feel. Yeah, I don't feel like they think I'm talking low. I think I'm talking loud enough.
Okay.
I don't want to yell. So yeah, I feel like if yeah, I feel like it's very important to at least try. What's up, baby? What's up? What you need?
Can I have tea?
Yeah, let me get you some tea. Give me a second.
And two, I would
She
don't.
just she just woke up. Forgive us, y'all. What's up?
But you said I'm a person that's looking to connect and fit in with others.
Chocolate.
I don't have
Um,
any chocolate, but I
I'll
can get
take
you
you
some
to the
tea.
store when we done and go get you some
Get you
chocolate.
some tea real quick. Come on.
But I understand that. I think like everybody is, well, you know what? Because there are certain people in the world that God will not that God may have in store for them not to actually be married, but only to serve Him. So there are people, certain people in the world that, you know, God will keep them in a life of singleness, and serving Him. So I won't say everybody, but will have a companion, or that there is somebody for everybody, because there are certain people that will not actually marry. Um, Depending on whatever that looks like for your life, whatever God's will is for your life. But I say for those who are going to get married, companionship is something that we really do desire, and that's something that God has given to us as men and women, is that companionship. And
Mm-hmm.
so instantly when we get into relationships, we instantly want to feel, we want instant gratification, whether that be, you know, any type of intercourse, whatever it may be. We're always looking for instant gratification. And so denying yourself of that makes it that much more worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And it also blocks you. I believe that it has blocked us in our marriage from a lot of other things that could have
For sure.
happened, or that could have gotten in the way.
That's the foundation that was
Yeah,
set.
it's definitely the foundation that we were building on. But I definitely say it's not an easy thing. So you have to have two people who are truly willing to have the discipline and to be strong when the other person is weak. You know, because it's not an easy journey.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
not
not.
something
It's not.
that's easy. It's not
It
something
was. It was
that's,
very difficult for us. It was extremely difficult for us.
and if it's not, we watch this thing. This guy said, if it's not hard for y'all, we really question y'all intention.
Right.
If it's not hard to refrain
Mm-hmm.
and to be celibate and to deny yourself of that part of your relationship, when you really love somebody, when you really get to know them, when you really like them. And we too are like physical, very physical people, very intimate, very passionate. So it's like those are the type of things that we know. But I will say that it has allowed me to define love in a different way,
Mm-hmm.
by being celibate, by waiting, by um, having my husband wait for me. And like I said, there was times where it got really really hard for us, and we wrote a book. It's called Yes Lady. So well, it was my book, but
I have a short,
he has a short
short part in
part
there.
in the
A couple
book,
paragraphs.
like a into like an introduction
Mm-hmm.
into the book. But it's called Yes Ladies, I'm Celibate.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason that I felt the need to write this book, because I feel like if we understand how much protection,
It's on Amazon, by the way.
yeah, it's on Amazon. You probably gotta look for it because I ain't been. I probably gotta do some updating
Let
and
them know
stuff.
again, babe. What's it called?
But it's called Yes, Ladies, I'm Celibate,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an ebook. It's a very short read. It's not that many pages. Um, but it really explains, like, I feel like why we have to have an understanding that a deeper dive into celibacy and how much protection is actually there. And it's like we don't really understand that we are being protected by waiting. And that's
not to cut your wisdom, but from that point, from natural consequences and spiritual consequences.
absolutely.
So just to throw that in there. Yeah.
And something that I feel like too is with God, the level the waiting is protection. And I feel like we like to
That's the discipline.
Disregard that.
That's
yeah.
the obedience that you're giving. That's where God truly shows up at. And I'm not sure what the scripture. It's also in the show that we were watching, David, where Samuel talked to Saul about what's better, sacrifice or obedience.
Oh yeah, obedience is better than sacrifice.
Right. And so I feel just in that vein, um, that extra layer of favor and blessings comes from that obedience as well.
Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. And too, with the obedience though, it's like I feel like you're double blessed because obedience is better than sacrifice, but God also sees your sacrifice in the obedience.
For sure. Oh, that's good. That's good.
I feel like that you are going to be like double blessed because
I like that. I see that though.
So
and then you also naturally you add layers to yourself as well. You build up, like I said, you build up a level of self-control, you build up a level of discipline, and with that you can take that into other aspects of your life. That just doesn't have to stay into the celibacy realm. That builds you up just as a human being.
Yeah. But like I did say, it's
like
just
fasting almost.
Yeah.
Just the same vein as that.
And two, it just really gives you the opportunity to really learn the person that you're dating, and to know that this person truly cares that much about you, is to wait for you, that you don't have to give yourself away to them prematurely, that you don't have to feel like if I lay down with them, what this is going to be, later, or have the the scare of getting pregnant and all these different things, because we got pregnant really fast.
Yeah, we did.
We got pregnant like right after.
Like a month, 2 months.
Yeah. So it was like really fast. Yeah. So it's just like, just imagine how we,
right.
And it was like once we set the date that we were getting married.
That's where you feel like it was.
I feel like that's when it got hard for me.
I don't know. I felt like it was like. I felt the level of ease, more ease. I felt like at least I have a date now. I can kind of, I can something I can look forward to instead of just, because I've been in jail, so out date is important when you're in jail. Yeah. To where it's like you just in there lingering, you don't got an out date, you just don't know when you come in. It's a little bit more stressful. So that's kind of the same.
I get that
Metaphor I can kind of put it in, or.
I get that. I feel like it was much harder for me. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna speak for myself, cause I feel like it got much harder for me once we got towards the ending part, and it just really had me. It just really had me feel like it's already done. We that's what I kind of feel like, but it's definitely it was more of a struggle for me once we set the date, once we made the decision. And then too, like, I feel like that the one time that we had that was the hardest. I feel like and we talk about it in the book. I feel like it was because we were so close and we hadn't seen each other in a while.
So I got a question for Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Do you think it's possible in this generation to really be celibate?
Mm.
And I know anything is possible, but do you think it's more like realistic with the mentalities and with the way that the world is shifting? That you think that is like very possible for people to walk that journey? Well, let me take possible out of it because anything is possible. Do you think it's realistic in this modern era for us to go back to that train of thought in the masses perspective? Do you think that's something? What you think?
I think it's the best thing.
I feel like it is.
I really think it's the best thing because it'll save a lot of people from becoming baby mamas and baby daddies.
What do you think about arranged marriages?
I don't know.
You think that's something that, back in the day, that's how they used to do it too?
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
No?
I don't know about that. I don't think you just.
You don't think your parents had?
No. No. Absolutely not. I don't think that. No.
But I mean, that's celibacy.
Yeah, but it's a no. But it's a no. It's a no for me.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think I would probably be.
I think it was more so how the arranged marriages were with like families joining.
I feel like
it was like a family dynamic.
Yeah, I get that.
That were joining forces more so than just focusing on if the couples were compatible.
Yeah, It's a no for me. I'm sorry. I probably would be one of them kids that will be rebellious, that will run away, and all the extra stuff. Cause it's a no for me.
You gonna throw away the legacy?
I mean, I know.
I don't know if it's something I could. I don't know. It depends on my.
I mean, but that's how they were raised.
Much I trust my parents.
But they were raised to be in that. So it's just like when you think about us, we were raised to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Have kids out of wedlock.
Right.
Like, we didn't see a lot of married couples that didn't have kids.
Right.
So it's like when you see it, it's like you look at everything else and you see how normal it is. And or how normal people have made it.
Right.
But we don't really understand, like, now you have two people who are coming together trying to figure out how are me and you compatible, because we ain't never done it. So it's so with us not doing that and then knowing having other partners, it's like, what do you now am I trying to expect? What do I expect?
Right. Okay.
What's my expectation? Now I'm going into this with an expectation that could be unrealistic, or I can, you see what I'm saying? So it's like where if you have two people who have not been with anyone, they get to learn and grow together.
Yeah.
From the start.
Yeah.
They get to. I don't know if it ever.
You don't have to unlearn anything.
Right. I don't know if it has to. What it turns into. I don't know. I don't know, but
yeah.
But because it's gonna take a whole lot of getting comfortable. But it's like, but you get to do it together. You know what I'm saying? So you get to go through each phase and each step together.
Right.
And it's like, I have to learn you, you have to learn me. But now we both have to. I gotta learn myself. I gotta learn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's so many different layers to it. That I feel like we just skip when we just get with someone and just go directly into like all these different relationships, and then it's like
you're working backwards. It's
like
we see are they physically compatible?
Yeah.
And then we focus on all the other things.
And that doesn't matter.
And it's but backwards.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, and it's like it's so sad.
Yeah.
Because I've gone my whole life like feeling like, and it's a reason that I've always felt the way that I felt, like never satisfied, like not to the extent of spiritually, emotionally, like everything, like all of those things. And it's like I'm the type of person, I'm a firm believer in love. I've always been a firm believer in love, but it's just like I just didn't understand why I always felt that way.
Right.
And that's because I was with the wrong person.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be that.
Right.
And so it's just
I think a lot of women have struggled with
True satisfaction, I
true
would say.
satisfaction in the bedroom
Yeah.
when it comes to that, because I feel like it's the man's duty to bring that intentionality to the bedroom.
Hmm.
And most men, I'm pretty sure, if you're not focused on marriage, if you're not focused on this woman being really spiritually fulfilled, then you're not gonna. It's not a thought process on
Hmm.
making sure that this woman is satisfied and making sure she's fulfilled, and it's just it's very
It's
selfish from a
just
man's
yeah,
perspective.
it's just a transaction.
Right.
And no matter if you say you love them or you with them and you want to be with, it's no real
Right.
like there's no deeper connect. Is no deep connection
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So it's like I just feel like you miss out and you lose more than you actually can gain by
Yeah.
waiting.
And I'm telling my daughters the benefit and really challenging the man or challenging the significant other that you want to be with to that standard is also really showing, okay, are you truly here for me or
Hmm.
just for what you can get from me?
Hmm.
And you really, like I said in the beginning, you can really see the intentions of a person when you take the physical element out of the
Yeah.
dating process.
And then you have on the other side, it's like, okay, what about people who guys who wait around long enough just to be able to
That's
do it.
thirsty though.
I guess, but I guess you kind of can. I guess you could feel that out though.
Yeah, you can feel somebody that's just thirsty. If you ask the right questions.
Yeah.
I feel like if you know if somebody really trying to get to
Into
know
you
you or
or
not,
not?
or
Yeah.
just being a freak or a creep, like
Yeah.
you can, you know.
Yeah. But I
But
really
also,
got to know my husband as my best friend, as like somebody I look at
yeah,
that is gonna hold me down. Like we've gone through a tough season, and when I say I wouldn't want to go through that with nobody else, because yeah, baby, I'm telling you, this man has truly helped me and just brought out so many things out of me, good and bad. You
right,
know, just
right.
bringing things to the forefront that
Likewise, though.
we have had to deal with. And I just feel like our celibacy process and really waiting for each other and truly um having the discipline to wait for each other, like really, I feel like it has truly just opened so many doors for us, like mentally, physically, emotionally, just all the different aspects. It also has our love life, like baby.
Yeah, we are. It's definitely up. Definitely up.
So it's just like it's just on a whole different level, and I
Yeah.
just feel like that's just if you wait you can be able to experience that.
Yeah, you always feel like
And
we're constantly in like a like it doesn't feel like I don't know. They say we're married. I don't know. Maybe just my idea of marriage is
mm-hmm,
like just that thought pattern. Well, I've always kind of been, like I said, a monogamous guy. I think I said that in other episodes
mm-hmm.
before, even growing up. So the thought of being with one woman
Wait a
Daddy.
second, wait a
never was
second.
an issue for me. It was just more so
Daddy
like,
wanted my tablet.
Okay, just go let him watch it with you. He's died, let him watch it with you.
and so yeah, it was more so just is this gonna be exciting for life?
Mm,
More so, I guess, was because I got bored quickly. I guess
mm,
more so than feel like I need multiple people,
yeah,
and so, but the way we connected, it was very supernatural.
for sure.
Just that I ain't gonna tell them what happened at the airport, but God hit me so hard, and I've never felt that for the opposite sex before. I've never felt like that emotional before. And so I knew then what it was, and whatever I felt like God needed me to do to ensure that this marriage and this relationship was sustained, I was going to do that anyway.
Mm,
And it didn't matter what it was because I understood, Yeah, because I very much understood the power of it, and maybe I didn't understand the magnitude
Mm-hmm.
of it then. I understood it was very powerful, and I think it was like also the experiences that I've been through with other women.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I guess dating isn't the issue. It's more so giving yourself to people. I feel so more
Mm.
so. I feel like you need to date. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
I feel like
definitely
you need
date.
to experience and you need to figure out what type of people you like, what type of people you don't like, red flags, pros and cons, what's so I feel like dating is very important. The sex part you do have to take that out of the equation because it's not necessarily necessary
Mm-hmm.
to get an understanding of can I
If you
be
can
with
be
this
with
person
that
or
person
not.
or not.
And I think we
Absolutely.
put too much emphasis on that. I think we don't.
Yeah.
I think just the and I can understand it's just over sexualized world, Instagram and all this other stuff going on, OnlyFans and all this stuff is so accessible. But that's where the discipline and self control and do you really want what you're asking for? Do you really want a sustaining, fulfilling, loving, respectful relationship? And if you
Mm.
do, you're gonna have to do some things that you've never done before.
Yeah.
And I don't think most people are willing to take that step. And so yeah, how bad do you really want it is the question.
Yeah.
Not to say that there aren't meaningful relationships that haven't blossomed and they've had sex before marriage. I'm not
Right.
saying that. I feel like God will work anything,
Absolutely.
but in abundance and in law and what I feel like what we all can generally walk away with and set rules and have a better, long lasting, more long lasting marriages is to be able to implement that aspect.
That's good.
Because if this like I don't feel like divorce rate is high just strictly because of that, but I feel like that's a big part of
Yeah. But it definitely makes a marriage more meaningful.
it.
It makes the I feel
Yeah. You come out the gate with challenges. You come out the gate
yeah.
building and growing with each other out the
Yeah,
gate
that's true.
and helping each other through difficult times.
But you really get to know, like, do I really like this person? Can I really see myself with this person?
You can get
How
intimate. Like we're talking about intimacy.
how is this person as a father? How is this person as a man? How is
Right.
he as a son? How is he? You get to see them in every aspect, and you really get to say, I don't like them. Because before my husband, I was dating, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to date no more. This is very
This
sad.
ain't it.
This ain't it. I'm good. And so it was really like I dated probably like 4 or 5 guys like at one time. And it was
Wasn't having sex with
yeah, I
them,
wasn't having sex with them, but I was dating.
but y'all
So
mind
I
got
was
together,
in
y'all doing all that.
yeah, no. And so it was more so like, yeah, okay, he a liar. I don't like him. I don't like, so it was like all these I was able to say like, yeah, I don't like this.
Right.
I don't like him. And then I'm just like, then this person said he trying to invite me to the hotel room every time that he reach out to me. So I'm just like, okay, I know what he on. He ain't really trying to, and so it was just like so many different types of guys, and I'm just like, yeah, this not it. I don't really like dating. And then I'm just like, okay, so when I met my husband, I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't really
I
live
was,
out there. I don't really,
but I was kind of already on that. Like I was already on like not having sex for real. Like I knew I was. I don't know if I was like on a celibacy journey if I told myself that, but I was
kind of
the
just
women I was
already
dating was
refrained.
taking sex out the equation. Like, hold on, no, I ain't even trying to go upstairs.
Yeah.
I don't want you to know. We ain't gonna go back to my crib. That's just have a good night. I see. It was very old school the way I was dating.
Yeah.
I had some mishaps, but for the most part, I was very strict on. Okay, yeah, nah, I'm cool. And I was dating. I was doing my thing, but I realized shortly before me and Tasha started dating that Yeah, I gotta chill out on the sex thing. I
Right.
don't know if I really like this girl or not.
Right.
Yeah, the sex is cool, but it's like after that, it'd be like,
Yeah.
what,
What you finna
yeah, what we on?
do?
Make sure we ain't got nobody in no comments. But yeah, it'd be like, yeah. So
What you
yeah,
finna
I
do?
didn't really have like a urge to go any further. It was just like, yeah, this is yeah, I'm cool. Yeah,
And
so
most people don't though, even the women. It's like we be so like cool with just sticking around forever and never ever like turning into wife or
yeah.
we just so cool with it just being I'm your ride or die. And it also, like I said, it just gave me a different level and a different understanding of what love is and being able to experience the love that I've always given to other people. And I feel like I've always been a person that just loved so much that this was like the first time in my life that I've ever like, I mean besides my mom and my dad, I mean, they loved me, but it's like the love that I've always desired to have. It's like I've been able to receive that from my husband. And to be able to get that from somebody and to know that it's real, to know that it's pure, to know that there's no strings attached to it, that makes a huge, huge difference on, how you live your life. And so it's just like I always tell my husband, I don't know if I told y'all yet, but like, it's literally like the love of God in the flesh
That's how I look at it.
that I get to experience with him every day. Even when we at odds, even because it ain't all perfect.
I came in with a little
But
funk today, actually.
yeah, but our our like we don't like hold grudges. We don't count like, oh, you did this, I did that, blah blah blah. Like it's just we're really a partnership. We're really
Friends,
friends. And
like brothers, sisters too.
yeah,
Like really
like
like my
it's
sister in Christ. Like I
yeah,
really appreciate the woman that she is and how she's growing in Christ. Not to cut your
for
wisdom,
sure.
but yeah.
No, that's good.
No.
But yeah, it's so much better. Just wait, y'all. If y'all really can, like, and if y'all in a situation where you with somebody that just truly will not wait for you, it's not the person for you because the right person for you
We'll
is
be
willing to
patient.
wait for you, and not to say that whatever situation that you may be in that is not working for you guys, but ultimately, you know, you want to take your relationship from a place of being uncovered to a place of covenant, covenant with God, and to make sure that you guys are that your marriage is protected. And I feel like one that was like the main thing for us that truly has allowed our marriage to be what it is, because the dynamic that we have, I mean, it's literally it's matchless. I truly feel that way, and just the love and the desire and the passion that we have, I feel like we have grown to build that for each other from the beginning because of how much we know each other. And yeah, so
That's
I
good.
really feel like, whatever situation that you may be in, get you somebody that's gonna wait for you. Put yourself in a situation to where you can truly say that you tried something different. Just give it a try. What do you have to lose? Like, you already gave it up to.
And even if you haven't,
No, I'm just
even if y'all doing it now, I mean, challenge him now.
challenge each
Challenge her
other,
now. Like take it out of it and see how long he gonna be around,
or
or
she,
she,
or how serious y'all really are.
or how well do you know each other outside of that?
Yes.
Like, do you really even like this nigga or like this person? Excuse
Why
me.
you
Like,
always?
I got my fault. My hood come out sometimes, but I can go in both rooms. So, I'm versatile. But do you really like this man? Do you really like this young lady? You gotta kind of challenge each other in those ways, because if you're not challenging yourself, if you're not pushing um, pushing the boundaries, then you
Mm,
really are you really growing?
mm,
Because growth takes stages. Growth takes pain sometimes. Growth takes, you got to go through something to grow.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look the same once you've grown out of phases.
Yeah.
So, are you growing? That's a good question to ask yourself.
And are y'all growing
Yeah,
together?
yeah,
Because that makes a big difference
yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's like being able to grow together. That's something that I believe that we do very well because it could be very hard, very difficult growing and the other person isn't growing.
No, for sure.
So making sure that you guys are growing together is also something that's, really good. And I truly believe that there are there's just so many benefits to waiting. There's so many benefits
More
to
benefits
waiting.
to waiting than there is to having sex.
Yeah.
If you want to know all of the benefits, you want to know all of the pros and cons, you go to Amazon right now. You, whoever's watching, you press yes, ladies, I'm celibate, and you buy that ebook, and you tell us what you think next Monday.
Nice plug, babe. Nice plug, period.
You
But
know?
yes, it's yes, ladies, I'm celibate.
And it's not just a plug. We don't need your money.
It's
Let's
on
keep it
ebook.
we
It's
don't,
like $5.
Yeah, we don't need the money. You need the book. It's very powerful. It's stuff that you can learn.
And it really shows like our
It's
experience
a
too.
great read.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like it's something that you can walk away with, and you can refer to other young couples, other people that are going through similar situations. Something that you can.
And it was something that was new. It was something that was new for us.
Excuse me?
It was something that was new for us, but it was also something that was it was like very life changing for us.
Yeah.
So I feel like we've got to really experience that life changing decision that we made has truly it got us here.
Yeah.
And
We're almost done, okay?
we're extremely
You better
grateful.
not start.
But so yeah,
Okay,
we about to get off here, guys.
You can be intimate. Don't get it twisted. Like, there's so many ways you can be intimate with each other without having sex. Go check out the last video we did last Monday about intimacy.
Yes.
It's a plug too for you. But we love y'all. We gotta get back on mommy daddy duty. What's that? What you see?
They cuckoo over here.
Just tweaking.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been having.
We appreciate everybody that was sincerely watching, all the genuine supporters we have, family we have. We thank y'all. We love y'all.
Absolutely.
Remember, it can be a lot worse today. God gave you another one. Tomorrow, God willing, you get another one and do it again. Just count it all joy, man. It can be a lot worse. God has given you so many blessings. You just gotta step back and count them.
For sure.
It's hard to say that when you're going through it, but give that. Count it all joy.
Count it all joy. Y'all see my gray hairs?
Kurt Franklin song on Smile, you're gonna be Gucci.
Y'all see my gray hairs coming through. Gray hairs.
All right, we gone.
Giving.
We love y'all.
All right, y'all.
Until next Monday.
Be blessed. We thank y'all for joining. Okay, hold on.
Facebook ain't rocking with me like that. It's all good.
Oh, I forgot to share it too, babe.
What, share on Facebook?
Yeah, I forgot to share it on my Facebook page.
Good.
You're so beautiful. Thank you.
Watching. What's up, Head?
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus. What be wrong with these?
I'm gone.
What's wrong with these people?
Still coming though. Every Monday we dropping it on y'all.
No, I don't know who that is. Hey, Molly. Thank you. All right, y'all. We appreciate you guys. I'll probably be back on live later. I don't really know yet, though. But, all right. Peace.